YouTube says it has had enough of vaccine misinformation on its site.
And false stories from phony sites to run circles around major news outlets.
Many people don't know the difference between something real and something created to deceive them.
Open your eyes.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. A television series was released on Apple TV Plus not too long ago. The title of the show is Pluribus, and it is about happiness being contagious. Well, no, it's not really about that, but you won't believe what it's actually about because I'm going to show you momentarily. But if you follow my channels and you've seen all the videos I've done on predictive programming, this is just playing right into it with oneness, hive mind, and collective consciousness. And in fact, you can even see how they're playing into all this stuff with COVID, how man and machine, the merger was starting then with people taking nanotech inside of their body. And notice here, right? Happiness is contagious, the smile, right? Smile for their fake utopia that they're trying to create. But notice the number 1 in the logo. You see the number 1 right there? I've done many videos over the years talking about the number 1, right? The New World Order is a one world order, one religion, one language, one everything, collective consciousness, okay? So the title E Pluribus comes from out of many one. You can find it prominently on the U.S. currency and the Great Seal of the United States. Out of many one. And this goes back to the Tower of Babel and why God scattered the nations, because that Tower of Babel is exactly what they're building through artificial intelligence, through nanotechnology. They're trying to recreate the Tower of Babel. And that's why you always hear globalists talk about one world and world citizens. We're seeing it happen right now. So the title of the show being Pluribus is obviously paying homage to out of many one. And I'm going to read for you the plot of the show before I play the trailer, okay? Pluribus is a sci-fi drama series created by Vince Gilligan from Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, starring Rhea Seehorn as Carol, a deeply unhappy and cynical romance novelist. The show's central premise involves an alien origin, mind-controlling virus that spreads globally, forcing enforced universal happiness and uniting humanity into a collective hive mind. Everyone becomes perpetually blissful, helpful, and interconnected, losing individual negativity, conflict, or personal discontent. This directly ties into the title Pluribus, a play on the U.S. motto, out of many one. In the series, humanity is literally merged out of many into one, harmonious entity. But at the cost of what? Well, at the cost of free will, individuality, and the right to be miserable. Carol, immune due to her profound unhappiness, making her the most miserable person on earth, resists assimilation and must grapple with whether to save the world by destroying the hive, potentially restoring human suffering, division, and autonomy, or let the forced utopia persist. Sound like hell on earth? I mean, I guess, if this was a real story, I probably would be Carol, right? The most miserable individual walking the earth. And I would be probably immune to the happiness because it wouldn't work on me. But let me play the trailer for you and watch some of the undertones in there, like empty grocery stores, empty airplanes. It'll remind you a lot of what was going on during COVID, and you'll even see them talking about the cure, how to make Carol become one with them. And of course, they're hinting at, manipulating her DNA.
Morning, Carol. Is there anything we could do to cheer you up?
Through the storm.
Hey, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
We just want you to be happy.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly. What would you like to know?
How do I reverse all this? Rest assured, Carol, we will figure out what makes you different.
Figure it out. Why?
So you can join us.
He would move heaven and earth to make you happy.
Feel free to move about the cabin, Carol.
So it's absolutely horrifying, but this is what they really truly want. And this is what they're trying to create. These guys have constantly talked about this, a collective consciousness. The world is one. All big tech, that's all they talk about. Elon Musk specifically. How many times have we heard these guys talking about building a utopian society? How about even hearing Elon Musk talking about building his little company town in Texas, which is going to be like a mini utopia, right? They don't want free will. They don't want individuality. And they're getting that in a sense, because right now we have dual hive minds taking place in front of us. We have the Democrats and the Republicans, and they're being trained how to think and being trained into two different forms of government, which essentially really are two forms of communism, really. They say one's fascism, one's communism. But the reality of the matter is these are people who worship the party, and the party could do no wrong in their eyes. And take a look at some of the screenshots from the trailer, right? Because we know they always do this. You can see them doing the one eye symbolism, right? He holds a little vial above his eye, always showing us this stuff. And any of these TV shows, every single time I cover one of these trailers for a TV show or movie, when the premise is something along the lines of transhumanism, what you saw here, they'll always give you the all-seeing eye symbolism, right? Human sacrifice in some of the movies that I've shown you. Always. They'll zoom in on an eye. They'll have an eye covered, right? And, of course, it makes perfect sense being that on the back of the dollar bill, we have, of course, the phrase E pluribus unum, and we have on the other side, what do we have? Well, we have the pyramid with that all-seeing eye, you know, the one that people see and they say, oh, the Illuminati, the pyramid with the eyeball on it, right? Yeah, right across from the other side where it says out of many, one. So we saw the grocery store completely empty. We saw them making and experimenting with augmenting her or changing and manipulating her genetic code, which is exactly what's happening in our society today. The forced hive mind control, right? There's a lot of eerie, scenes in this that evoke, post-COVID pandemic, ideologies, right? The lab leak, the bioweapon fears, the contamination. But what they're really telling you here is happiness is control. Nobody can be happy unless everybody's united as one. But for that to really occur, because nobody will ever be united as one, this is how God individually made all of us. He made us all uniquely different. That's why we all have different genetic codes, right? I always talk about that. Think about the crime shows, right? You can solve any crime now by getting your DNA. You might not even be a suspect on the list of 20,000 people. No, they find your DNA, you're in a database, they'll come and find you because your DNA is unique to you. And that's the one thing they're trying to change, the thing that God gave all of us that's unique, our own DNA, we're our own specific creations, right? And that's what they're hell-bent on changing. And they can only create this utopian hell, this forced hive mind, this forced collective that they all want, by doing what? By changing us, like Klaus Schwab and all these guys continue to say, it changes you. We are going to change you. Get under your skin and change what it means to be you.
One of the features of this fourth industrial revolution is that it doesn't change what we are doing, but it changes us.
The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing, right. Just as an example, it's you who are changed. Yeah. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
That's what this is all about. And it's forced happiness in a sense. They believe by doing this, they can create their perfect world where you have to accept and tolerate everything, where you don't question their authority over you, where you're a happy little slave and servant to big tech, because they'll be the ones who control you. And of course, with the type of technology and the gene editing going on, they're going to be able to control your thoughts. They already can do that with 5G and 6G and a lot of the DARPA weapons that they have, where they can manipulate your thought process, right? So the show is obviously showing this woman as being the worst person ever because she's not joining the collective. She doesn't want to be a part of the collective. And then, of course, eventually she says, well, what can I do? Well, you can do whatever you want. We'll give you whatever you want. Just join us. Please come to us, right? Now, how many times have I covered this with Elon Musk, talking about the collective consciousness? 1 million times? As humanity's collective consciousness. achieving symbiosis with machines. The theme of the entire show, happiness being contagious. So they're even hinting at COVID here, right? Because that's what they're showing you when they show you the world is gone, right? Because I read you the premise earlier in the video where there's an mind-controlling virus. There's an alien origin mind-controlling virus, an infectious agent that spreads globally. Oh, well, that sounds familiar. Forcing enforced universal happiness. The grocery store is empty, right? The plane is empty. Oh, and then all of a sudden, everybody emerges who obviously took this gene editing modification, and they're all thrilled. They're all happy. But the one outlier here is somebody who wasn't on board, who didn't join the collective. And their job, essentially, is to get her to join the collective hive mind. It's the scary, this type of stuff they're continually rolling out. This type of content. We're seeing it over and over. Now, this is the first time we're seeing something here. We've seen multiple things with utopians, dystopia, as I call them, where they're showing you, trying to create this like Barbie doll world, this Stepford wives world, whatever the term is. The movie where everyone's just robotic. And we see it already, right? It's happening in front of us. I talk all the time about these humans that we see. I'm like, are they even real? Right? Like these people who post on social media, and they comment like they know the celebrity, like, oh, I love, feel better, Kim Kardashian. Like, huh? Hello? Do you think she's reading this? Are you okay? Or these people who post these pictures because they see everyone else do it, right? So they see everybody take a picture with their kids for the holidays dressed in the same costume or whatever, same pajamas, right? We've all seen it. Oh, they're wearing the ugly sweater, right? And then they see it, and then the Hive Mind Collective absorbs that. And all of a sudden you see all your friends who at one point probably said, hey, that's really gay and it's not funny. Well, now you see all of them doing it, right? Like I've said a million times, when Facebook came out, I would say it to everybody, this is the gayest thing ever. And all my friends agreed. They were like, this is so gay. Oh my gosh, I'm never getting on there, right? Fast forward 20 years later, every one of those people that I used to be friends with and used to talk to and interact with, I don't anymore for obvious reasons, because they're in the hive. They all do this stuff. Every one of them, I can go to any one of their accounts, because they're all public. You don't even need an account. And what do they got? They got Christmas time. Oh, wait. Well, sorry. It's fall, right? And they all have kids. So let me guess. Every one of them is going to post that they were on a hayride and pumpkin picking with their kids, right? Check, right? Some type of photo from a photographer of them having to go to somewhere where the leaves are turning to take a picture just so they could post it to social media. Check. Okay, then you move on to Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas time. Everybody better put on their ugly sweater or their pajamas, whichever you pick. There's your choice, one of the two ridiculous things. Take a picture, all four of you dressed together, smiling in front of the fireplace, pretending like the world is great and your life is wonderful. Take a picture, say cheese, and slap it on Instagram, right? Check. That's the Hive Mind Collective. They manipulate behaviors. They force behaviors like they tell you that they do, and it spreads. There is no individuality anymore. Do you see it around us? Look at all the content creators that get promoted. Go to Rumble. Everybody on Rumble. Same stuff that's on the front page. Something with Trump, something against Democrats, right? And it spreads. It's spreading. It continues to spread. These people who are younger caring more and more about politics than they ever did. And they're like, well, it's important to. Is it? Your opinion on it means nothing. Nothing, because your vote doesn't even count. But they've spread the hive mind. We have the Republican and the Democratic hive mind. So this show touches on a lot of different things, but this is a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world. And they're telling you flat out, they're talking about the hive mind. They're talking about happiness being contagious. They're talking about gene editing and altering what it means to be a human being and the collective consciousness. That's really the theme of it. And the collective consciousness, in many senses, is already here. I thank everybody for being here. A reminder for anyone else out there, because people have been asking me here on the Hive Mind Nation channel, who have been on this channel for a while. My website is acallforanuprising.com, which I will leave link below. You should definitely check out the website. There's thousands of videos over there. It's $2.99 a month. The reason for that is that I have to pay to have unlimited bandwidth to upload videos there. So I upload thousands of videos there. There's no censorship over there. Obviously, years and years of censorship. We all know about it. Now, all of a sudden, they're pretending there's no censorship anymore. And they're just doing, data mining on all of us, essentially. But the website has unlimited bandwidth, so I have all my content over there, thousands of videos that you could watch. You could binge watch them. There's a forum over there where you could share things with me and other like-minded people. And of course, at $2.99 keeps the trolls out. I'm also able to send you guys email blasts if you sign up for the website. So every time I upload a video, you will get an email notification. So I do that as well because we all know even on YouTube or on Rumble or wherever you find content of mine, you're not getting notified most of the time. 99% of the people do not. So that is linked below. And I want to thank everybody here who has joined, who is here, wherever you're watching this. And I want to thank everybody out there for their continued support. I hope everybody out there is doing well. God bless you and your families, as always.